The moon hung low in the sky, casting a sickly pallor over the dense canopy of the forbidden forest. Whispers floated through the mist, ghostly fingers that tugged at the edges of the mind. In this ancient woodland, no light penetrated the thick weave of branches overhead. Only shadows reigned, wrapping themselves around trespassers like serpentine coils. Miriam, a young archaeologist, had heard the legends but dismissed them as mere folklore. Driven by an unquenchable thirst for knowledge, she ventured into the forest alone, armed with little more than her field notebook and a flickering lantern that seemed to grow dimmer with each step. Her heart pounded in her chest, a drumbeat of uncertainty. Every crunch of leaves underfoot echoed through the stillness, magnified by the oppressive silence. The deeper she trekked, the more the trees seemed to close in on her, branches reaching out like skeletal arms. Suddenly, an icy wind whipped through the forest, carrying with it a chorus of distant screams. Miriam froze, her breath hitching in her throat. She strained her ears, trying to discern whether the cries were human or something far worse. "It's just the wind," she whispered to herself, though she knew deep down it was a lie. Time lost its meaning as she stumbled upon an ancient, decrepit cabin suffocated by creeping vines and moss. Intrigued, she pushed open the creaking door and was met by a gust of air that smelled of decay and despair. Cobwebs adorned the corners of the room, and the floorboards creaked beneath her weight as though they might give way. At the center of the room stood a pedestal, atop which lay a book bound in what looked like human skin. Hesitating only for a moment, Miriam reached out to touch the book. The instant her fingers brushed against its cover, a chill surged through her body, and the cabin door slammed shut. Instinctively, she pulled her hand back, but it was too late. The shadows in the room began to writhe and twist, and the whispers grew louder, forming a cacophony of torment. Faces appeared in the darkness, eyes glowing with malevolence. "You should not have come," a voice hissed, filling her mind with dread. Miriam tried to run, but the shadows held her fast. A spectral figure emerged from the darkness, its form shifting and flickering like a candle flame. "The forest keeps what it claims," it intoned. Terror washed over her as she realized the legends were true. The forbidden forest was not just a place, it was a sentient entity that fed on the souls of the curious and the unwary. And now, it had claimed her too.